1903. Alrighty. We're working the street Tearout here. This sucker goes for long ways. And Hoov, he's already got a harmonica reed. I pulled out a wheat penny, and here we got an old 4 Indian. A little gnarly and bent up, but that's first blood. Right there, 1 cent. Way to go, Hoov. 04, man. Far out. So we're still on this street Tearout here. Hoov's down that direction somewhere, and I was just getting a 72 right down in here. Wasn't that deep. Right in front of the library out here, and sneaked me out an Indian. It's a 1905. Yeah. Take that. I think I got another one, but I gotta get it cleaned up. And a lot of noise out here today. I think I got a few weedy stuff like that in there also, so I gotta get those coins cleaned up. They're pretty dang crusty underneath this road Tearout, so we're gonna keep on moving. Let's see if we can find some more of this stuff. Who got himself another Indian over here?
1900 or 1908.
Oh, right on the button too, isn't it?
I got a wheat back there.
Gotta go so extremely slow in this. I mean, there's so many targets down there. Freaking ridiculous, you know. But we're finding stuff in here. Nice. 1900 Indian. Go ahead and wrap up this hunt here. That street hunt that we were on yesterday. We got everything all nice and cleaned up. And we're just going to show you, it was a real quick, short hunt. Hoov and I didn't have a whole lot of time to video. So we just shot a couple of Indian heads, and then we moved on today. You can see we're at a big celebration over here. Hoov and I got back, so they thought they'd throw us a party and they have a band, stuff like that. So anyways, to show you what we got yesterday, here's all your junk, and you can see some of the stuff that we hit, but we didn't know what it was, and lots of watch backing, your general trash. You can see a little bit of decoration. This is stuff that we were digging up out of that yard, or out of that road digging at. So seeing all this stuff, I mean, that's a nice old spark plug there. That's a cool find. And we got a copper nail here. Some buttons down in here. This one I eyeballed. That was a nice little brass one there. Well, the pocket change we got, we kind of got a lot of this pocket change over at a park that we switched over to that was in the same general area. So, quarter, a couple of nickels, a whole bunch of pennies, about 24 cents, 19 cents, something like that. And I got 4 Wheaties over there out of that street Tearout, and one 1905 Indian head. Glad to see him come up. We really scored nice yesterday on the Indians. He really cleaned up good. So over here we got Hoov stuff. We're just gonna bunch of pennies. He only got 1 Wheatie. Got 5 Indians, and he'll run down the dates for you real quick.
Oh, this one's 1873. Next one's 1889. Next one's 1900, and I believe an 05, if I remember right, and an 03.
And he got himself 4 dimes here. I didn't get a single dime yesterday. He got one nickel. Right here, he got another print plate. Check that out, man. I mean, that's a really nice piece. Old time shoe boot, woman's boot from way back in the day. Got one little cover off of a pendant. You can see some gold gild that was in there. See that? Yeah, there we go. You can see the gold gild in there, and it had a little bit of fancy and some initials, I think it was, in there. So up here he got 2 great tokens. We're going to start with this one here. This is O&C Company patent pending, and it's got Sirius written across the top. You can see the square hole on that one. So, and the back side of it is just plain. There's nothing on there. But a real neat find. It's got the patent date on there, patent pending and stuff like that. There he's got a 10 gauge backing off of it. And the find of the hunt. Got himself a really nice Teddy Roosevelt token. And now if you're looking at this thing, you can see it's off-centered, so it had to have been stamped. And talking with the guys here this morning, they kind of think that might have been a largie that was run through maybe one of those old machines that they would stamp the head and everything on it. because you can see it's off center from the edges, which really makes it a better find. I mean, it really makes it a great find. Nice brass piece and everything. So I might head back out there tomorrow, maybe get a couple more clips. We're gonna wait and see if we get any rain in that, but Hoov did great. Got himself five Indians. I got 1 Indian and 4 Wheaties, and it was a great hunt. Real quick hunt, but we got in there and we cleaned up. Now one of the other guys was in there from our club too, and he got a V-nickel.
V-nickel and an Indian in several weeks.
An Indian and several Wheats. So there's still gonna be stuff in there, but we didn't find any silvers in there, which really, it puzzled us, you know, but we might have missed stuff because there was so much chatter going on that ground and that you had to really vacuum that dirt. Just sit and sweep that dirt real slow and get those little peeps to come out and that. But thanks for coming along. We'll see you guys next time. And down here at that street Tearout that Hoov and I were hunting here on Wednesday, 3rd of July. I'm back here on the 5th. Still working this other end here where we didn't get to, and on my 2nd or 3rd signal here. Looks like I got me a little Tootsie toy. Let's see if we can't get that cleaned up for you. It's like a dump truck. Oh yeah. Yep, definitely. Missing the rear wheel and the front wheel. But still, I mean, we'll throw that on the shelf. One of those nice little display pieces, I guess. Looks like it might be a matchbox, something like that. Oh, that's cool. Let's go find us some more targets out here. Okay, folks. Sorry for the noise in the background here. Got pole guys over here yanking out poles. Got these guys over here digging holes. And right down in here, I got an 82-83. And I think I got me a Rosie. She's in tough shape. Definitely tough shape. And she's real gnarly. I can't make out the date down here on the bottom. I'm gonna have to get her cleaned up a little bit more, but you're looking at that edge. Nice and shiny. Check that out. Nice and shiny. So first silver of the day coming out of here, finally. We got a lot of Indians and things like that, but this is definitely the first silver, so I'll get her cleaned up at the wrap up and see if we can't get a date on that for you. Let's go find once again, sorry for the noise. We're still over here popping out poles. We're gonna grab one right behind me here, but at about 4 or 5 inches down here, in here, I should say 4 or 5 inches. It's dug up. I got me an old crusty Wheats and can't make out the date on it. Fairly old. Well, let's go find us another one of these. See if we can get. All right, getting a kind of a funky signal down in here. It was ringing up there in that 46 to 48, right around in there, but it was so solid, and it was down here 3 or 4 inches, and unfortunately, I broke that in half pulling it out. Old button there, old copper button, in fact. Snapped it in half. Oh, that would have been a good one. Check that out. Old copper one. So let's go find some more. 70-72 right down in here, and it was, oh gosh, I don't know, right 2-3 inches down in there, and that little fella right there popped out. Let's see what it is together here. Hopefully it's not a zinc, and it is. Boy, isn't that a waste of time. We'll find another one. 72 down in here. Signals are kind of coming up funky down in here. I was just down a couple inches in that and popped her up right away. I saw that was a weedy. Get her focus for you here. Don't know the date on it yet, but we'll get an eyeball on it here real quick and see what we got. There we go. Yeah. 1941. Y'all get an eyeball on that? Oh, second Wheatie, 1941. Still can't make out the date on that other one, so let's see if we can get 70-72 down in here. Still working at the road Tearout. Pulled myself up a nice greenie. Like how that it just sets itself in there. kind of neat. Wonder if I've got two of them here. No, that's just a greenie. Let's see what we got here. This could be a gnarly. Definitely going to be a gnarly one. Alright. Let me see if I can't get that cleaned up a little bit. This one's kind of gnarled up. Hopefully it's an Indian. So let me get it cleaned up and I'll get right back to you. We're somewhat cleaned up so we can identify it here, and definitely an Indian. Just see the face on there. Off to the side over here. And on the back, they got the 1 cent in there. I'm going to have to get her cleaned up and show you at the wrap up here. I got a visitor there, but must be laying claim to my Indian. You best get on down the road. There you go. Alrighty, we'll get it cleaned up and at the wrap up. Okay, I was getting another signal down in here. This one was down in there a little bit. Like I said, with it all this dirt getting pushed around out here, 3-4 inches down in there, and she was ringing in that 70-72, but boy, she's really gnarly. Really gnarly. Like I said, I think I got another Indian here, but I'm going to have to clean this up. Right at the top here, I'm thinking I'm making out the headdress right up in there. Like I said, I'm going to have to get this cleaned up and get a better look at it at the wrap up. So keep on moving along here. I don't know if that's design on there or what that is. Oh, we'll see if we can find another one. Nice 80-81 down in here. Pop this little bad boy up here. I'm pretty sure she's a weedy. Get cleaned up here and see what we got. Oh yeah. Yeah, weedy. Let's get that one. Nice. Nice clean one there. Let's see what we got for a date on there. Not sure if you guys can make that out or not. Let me get her cleaned up here. Let's see what we got for a date. 1950, I think it is. Yeah, 1950. Nice. Go find another one. Here we're gonna do the wrap up to the second half of this Tearout hunt that we went. You saw Hoov and I were over here yesterday. Pulled up a lot of Indians, things like that, and went back again today, 5th of July, and we did pretty good the second time around. I was in there and found a lot of stuff here, so start over here with the junk and that, and guys saw me bring up that old dump truck there. That's a matchbox truck. Still cool, missing a few wheels. Some of the junk that I found, here's an old part of a bottle I thought I'd just throw in there and show you guys. Jackknife that's seen its better days, old pocket knife there. Just pieces of scrap, little bit of pottery right there. More scrap. This stuff up here was, just stuff that was coming out of there, and I just threw a few pieces up here because it's all the same. Lead, copper, different pieces like that. That's old pewter spoon out of there. But that was pretty neat. Sucker's old. Nice old pewter spoon. Paper shotgun backing there. Fired. That was a nice piece. This one here kind of puzzled me. It's a glass piece. I'm not sure if that's for magnifying or just what that would have come off of. If you guys can see that. Got thread marks on there and stuff like that, and just clear glass. So everybody knows what that would have went off of. Give me a holler, put a comment in there, and it'd be highly appreciated. And right over here we got two old shoe buckles. Both of those are pretty cool. I like them. Let's see, this one here is just a little bit bent in that. This one here went across. More shotgun shell backing. This was that button, that copper button that I dug up, and just as I was yanking it out, I broke that sucker in half, and it kind of hurt. I thought that was a pretty neat piece. Came up in one piece and ended up just crumbling. right over here. Pocket change. I got 4 pennies and a quarter. 29 cents today. Got, I think it is 5 Wheaties, all ranging in dates. 41, couldn't make that one out. 50, 50 or 43, I think that one is. And that one is a 37. 1 Indian, 1887. Come on, focus in there. Don't be a pain. 1887 Indian. The only Indian I found, I thought I had found a second one. And you guys saw me pull that up, and it was so crusty. It took a while for me to get that cleaned up. It was a memorial. You could see the bars on the back when I was filming it, and I saw those bars on the back. I thought, danger, that's going to be a memorial. So the 1887 cleaned up pretty good. It was a nice Indian. I'm happy I got that. I got two Indians out of that pile. And then we got one very crusty Rosie. 1956. I think it's 56, maybe 57. Hopefully that'll come through and you guys can make out the date on that. So I cleaned her up the best I could, and she was still very, very nasty stuff on there. Whenever they come up out of those road digs, I mean, you always get that black crap on there that you just can't get it off, and you scrub hard on it. But still, I mean, going back second day, I finished off that part of the street that Hoov and I couldn't get into on the 3rd because they were still in there working, still in there digging and stuff like that. And they said we can, but we got to watch out for the equipment. Got to have hard hats, stuff like that in there. So we passed on it, and I went back on the 5th and finished out the hunt. So a lot of neat stuff. Finished off that road. Probably a few Indians and Wheaties left in there, but can't get them all. So thanks for coming along on the hunt. Hope you enjoyed it, and you like and subscribe. Give me that thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Highly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on down the road at the next hunt. Have a great weekend now.